y'all, the streets are buzzing with some wild rumors about Rihanna. And honey, it's not about her music or her makeup line this time. We're diving deep into some seriously shady business involving none other than Jay Z and Diddy. Buckle up because this tea is piping hot and potentially toxic. Now, y'all know I always keep it real, so let me break this down for you. There's been chatter for years about how Rihanna got her big break, but these new allegations are taking things to a whole new level of scandalous. We're talking about claims that Jay Z might have been more than just Rihanna's mentor, and that he might have even passed her on to his bestie Diddy for some seriously questionable activities. I know it sounds crazy, but stick with me. Let's rewind a bit. Remember when Rihanna first burst onto the scene? She was just a 16-year-old girl from Barbados with big dreams and an even bigger voice. But the way she got signed to Def Jam? Chilly. There are more red flags there than at a bullfighting convention. Picture this, a teenage Rihanna, fresh off the plane from Barbados, no adult chaperone in sight, being kept in Jay-Z's office until 3 a.m. to sign a contract. And get this, Jay-Z allegedly threatened to throw her out of the window of his 16th floor office if she didn't sign. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds less like a record deal and more like a hostage situation.
I was shaking literally. But the moment I walked into the office, the atmosphere was so warm and welcoming.
And you had to sing a cappella for him?
Yes, I had to sing. I sang Fun to Replay. I sang another ballad from the album last time.
So then what did he say to you? He said something to you.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sign songs here, we sign artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief.
But then he said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, you did your homework.
I did a lot of homework on you, Miss Lady.
He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
So you was like, where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm signing.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously? Intimidating a 16-year-old in the middle of the night and forcing her to sign a contract without a lawyer or guardian present? That's shadier than a palm tree on a beach, honey. And let's not forget, at 16, Rihanna probably couldn't even legally sign that contract without a parent or guardian. It's giving exploitation vibes, and I'm not here for it. But wait, it gets worse. Remember Jaguar Wright? She's been spilling tea left and right, and what she's saying about Jay-Z and Rihanna is enough to make your jaw hit the floor. According to Jaguar, Jay-Z didn't just sign Rihanna, he allegedly trafficked her from Barbados, using his record label as a front. And here's the kicker. Jaguar claims Jay-Z paid Rihanna's father a cool $500,000 when she arrived in the U.S.
Who only seemed to work on teeny bopper projects, who discovered Rihanna at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room on the island where she comes from, with no parental supervision. And then she was put on a private plane, a minor, from one country to another, without parental supervision. And she ended up in a boardroom with Mr. Carter, without parental supervision. Y'all got young children. Would you just let your daughter leave and go to a whole other country with some mother you don't know?
Absolutely not.
Doing talent shows at 3 a.m.
So you're saying that the rumors are true. There are rumors circulating that Rihanna was actually trafficked here. Are you saying that
Starting to
that's...
sound that way, don't it? Because her daddy ain't show up till 24 hours later to pick up a $500,000 check for his daughter's ass. Maybe we should look more into that album, Auntie. That album cover was disturbing. A child bride with a crown over her head and blood smeared on her face. I don't know. How don't people see SOSs in me?
Now, I know what you're thinking. $500,000 to her father? That can't be true. But here's where it gets real, besties. Rihanna has been open about her troubled relationship with her dad. She's talked about how he was violent towards her and her mom, hurting them multiple times. So when you hear that he might have allegedly sold her to Jay Z, well, it's a pill that's hard to swallow, but not impossible to believe. But hold on to your wigs, because Jaguar Wright didn't stop there. She went on to allege that Jay Z would make Rihanna perform certain favors for men at events. And get this, she even suggested that this might have been behind Chris Brown's infamous outburst against Rihanna back in 2009.
Rihanna ain't innocent. Because she was in there giving that a blowjob in the coat closet when Chris Brown came in. He said, "You always sucking something." Then he said, "I'm done with you," and he stormed out of Clive Davis's house, got into his very expensive car, and Rihanna chased after him. She gets in the car and started fighting on him because he embarrassed her for calling her a sucking and saying in front of everybody that she gave him the herpes at Clive Davis's house.
I know, it's a lot to take in, but we're not done yet, honey. Remember those old rumors about Jay Z and Rihanna having an affair even though he was with Beyonce? Well, Rihanna's former publicist recently came out with some tea that's hotter than a jalapeno on a summer sidewalk. This publicist initially took the blame for starting those affair rumors, claiming it was just a PR stunt to boost Rihanna's career. But now, he's singing a different tune, and it's not a pretty melody. He's hinting that he was coerced into taking responsibility for those rumors to avoid some major scandal. And if that wasn't shocking enough, he dropped another bombshell. The feds apparently interrogated him about Jay Z allegedly using his record label to traffic young women. Let me read you what this publicist wrote, because Chile, it's wild. It's time for me to finally set the record straight once and for all, as it's way beyond shocking, messy, and just flat out crazy AF. Prepare to be blown away as what I have been through over the years involving this historical scandal that needs to be put to bed for good. Yes, heads are going to roll and people will be floored, but the truth needs to be revealed. He went on to describe a scene straight out of a crime thriller. Unmarked law enforcement cars, a makeshift interrogation room, and federal agents dropping bombshells about Jay Z. According to the publicist, these agents said they'd been watching Jay Z since he stabbed Lance Rivera, and that he was also implicated in some incident with R. Kelly during their joint tour. But here's the real shocker. The feds were allegedly investigating Jay Z for engaging in intimate activity with young Rihanna and transporting her across international borders. And apparently, Rihanna wasn't the only one. There were many others. I mean, can you believe it? It's like a Hollywood nightmare come to life. Now, let's connect some dots here. We all know Jay Z was tight with R. Kelly back in the day. They had 2 albums together and toured together, and we know what kind of mess R. Kelly got himself into. Then there's Jay Z's long-standing friendship with Diddy. When you put it all together, it starts to paint a picture that's darker than a starless night. Speaking of Diddy, let's not forget that he's been under federal investigation for over a decade now. The feds didn't just wake up one day and decide to go after him. They've been building their case for years. And now with all these allegations swirling around Jay Z, people are starting to wonder if he might be next on the feds list. Isn't it interesting how Jay Z started distancing himself from Diddy right after Cassie's lawsuit dropped? One minute they're besties, the next it's like Diddy doesn't even exist. Jay even canceled his iconic Rock Nation brunch this year, and you know that's a big deal. That brunch is like the Oscars of the music industry. Everyone who's anyone is there, and Diddy's always been a regular. But this year, nada. They tried to play it off like they were attending some other pre-Grammy event instead, but come on. The only other time the brunch was canceled was during the pandemic. People are saying Jay's trying to avoid the drama surrounding Diddy, but honey, it looks like the drama might be coming for him anyway. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. With all these allegations flying around about Jay Z allegedly passing Rihanna to Diddy for these so-called freak-offs, people are starting to look at Rihanna's past comments in a whole new light. Remember when she hinted that she knows a thing or two about these parties?
Rihanna, did you attend any of P. Diddy's parties? Were you involved in any of the freak-offs? That's crazy.
I mean, wow, it makes you wonder what else she might know, doesn't it? And it's not just Rihanna. Fans are digging up old stories and connecting dots all over the place. There's talk about Jay Z propositioning other artists like Maya and how their careers seem to suffer if they didn't play ball. People are bringing up Foxy Brown, Aaliyah, Amel. The list goes on. Some fans are even calling for a surviving Carter documentary like the one about R. Kelly. One fan commented, Jay also messed with Foxy around the time their song came out, and Foxy recorded that when she was 14. Jay and Kelly were tight, and Dame had problems with that because of R. Kelly and Aaliyah. So yeah, Jay had several young girls under that he messed with. Another chimed in, Jay Z had Tiara Marie, Rihanna, Beyonce, possibly Aaliyah, and more. They were all under. Emil has a story and saw things, and maybe this is the right time to come forward because of the Diddy and Cassie case, and people, I believe, aren't as afraid to speak up and speak out. It's like opening Pandora's box, besties. Once you start looking, the allegations just keep coming. And with the current climate in the industry, where people are feeling more empowered to speak out against abuse and exploitation, who knows what other stories might come to light. Now, I want to make it clear, these are all allegations at this point. We don't have concrete proof, and it's important to remember that. But the sheer volume of stories and the connections between all these powerful men in the industry, it's enough to make you raise an eyebrow, isn't it? So here's the million-dollar question. Was Rihanna a victim in all of this, or was she at these alleged freak-offs of her own free will? It's a complicated issue, especially when you consider how young she was when she entered the industry and the power dynamics at play. One thing's for sure, 2024 is shaping up to be the year of exposure in the entertainment industry. Secrets are coming to light, and it seems like no one is safe from scrutiny. What do you think, besties? Do you believe these allegations about Jay Z and Rihanna? Is there more to this story that we're not seeing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think about all this tea. And hey, if you thought this was juicy, just wait until you see what I've got lined up next. Hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. Until next time, stay sassy, stay classy, and keep sipping that tea. Goodbye. That tea.